What's good, YouTube? Your boys are back once again. And once again, we are apologizing for the long hiatus. As normal, life has been lifing, kicking our behinds. And, a couple growth, here and there, little dabble of everything has been happening lately. But we always find peace and center when we're actually discussing with you guys or when we're together discussing topics with you guys. So, to reintroduce ourselves, I'm Trey. That's my boy Jay, and we are Two Tall Talks. Jay, how you doing today? Bars, per usual.
Man, bro. Once again, I'm breathing. So when it all boils down to it, bro, I feel like that's pretty much the most important thing that you get to see another day. Despite what goes on through that day, at least you're able to see it.
That's a
That's the
stone cold fact.
benefit. That's the benefit that you have to get from it, especially in today's economy.
That's a stone cold fact, and I can't do anything but agree with you on that, kid. So today's episode we have a couple topics to discuss. We're gonna kick it off. We're talking about the whole Draymond Austin Rivers back and forth that's been going on the last couple days. Um, and how we feel about ex players and versus current players having podcasts, during the season or after the season and stuff like that. And then we're going to shift over to sports. We're going to talk about our Rockets. And if we think they had a disappointing year or if they didn't, and what can be done to improve off of this year to get us a step above of the last 2 years, because we pretty much were stagnant, same record pretty much. Following that, we're going to talk about our playoff predictions. After that, we're going to go switch over to our playoff predictions, who we think will make it to the conference finals all the way to the NBA championship, and who's going to win it pretty much. Then we're going to shift our focus to music, where we'll talk about Drake's Iceman that's supposed to come out next week, the 15th, I believe it's next week.
Yeah.
And what our expectations are and how much are we anticipating for this album. And then we're going to go over to our top 5 series, where we talk about who had a better 5 album run. Was it Rick Ross? This week's competition, or this podcast competition, is going to be Rick Ross versus Jeezy. So I think this is a little different than we did it last time. I think last time we just picked last time we did Lil Wayne, and we ranked our favorite 5 Wayne albums, I
We
believe.
we did that. I couldn't remember if we did it like that or not, or if we compared two artists. Because the last
Yeah,
time we did it was the first time that we
was the
did
first time we did do it. Yeah, so I think we
it.
just went and listed our top 5 albums for that one artist, and then we just debated it that way. So
Oh, okay, bet. Well, yeah,
yeah,
we ain't got to do it against anybody. Rick Ross can be the next episode.
okay. So for this episode, we're just going to talk about Jeezy's. We're going to rank our top 5 Jeezy albums, and compare each other's list to see if there's any similarities and what differs. And then after that, we're gonna
Or
go
do
into
you
our
think we should? My bad to interrupt, but do you think we
no, you
should
good.
do you think we should do two artists to give it more of a debative topic?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can do it that way. You can list your
Okay.
top 5 Jeezy albums, and then your top 5 Ross albums, and then we'll discuss who we think had the better um run, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll do it that way. And of course, you guys are more than welcome to add your input in as well, because we always look forward to you guys' comments. As most of you probably know, we are very active with our comment section. So, But after we talk about that, our top fives, we're going to also go into our favorite segment, the Put You On Game segment, where we review the two songs that we're giving in the last episode, and then we give two new songs this episode. So with no further ado, let's get to it, man. So this Draymond situation. So well, I'm pretty sure folks probably tired of hearing me talking right now. Ma, do you know the backstory of the whole Draymond and Austin Rivers situation?
Well, I do not know the full backstory behind it, but what I do know is that Draymond Green recently put on he said something on his podcast in regards to Austin Rivers. He was giving some type of critique or criticism towards Austin Rivers because Austin Rivers is on TV now. He's an
Mhm.
analyst. And I think that he said something that Draymond disagreed with, and then of course Draymond got on his platform
Mhm.
throwing shades and shots out about how he was only successful in high school and how his
Mhm.
daddy handed him money in the NBA. He
Yeah.
hoped that one day you'll see it in the video, but
Yeah.
basically Draymond said something that was apparently detrimental to Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers clapped back, and it's just a
Mhm.
whole back and forth. And my reasoning for wanting to touch on this topic is because lately I'm starting to feel like these athletes are really shifting away from podcasting and just want to use their platforms to basically one up or degrade the next player, which is kind of ass to me. So,
Yeah.
but we'll get into it. There's a video on YouTube out right now. We're going to review it for you guys right now.
Mhm.
So without further ado, let's get into it, and then we could get into the topics and antics after the
Mhm.
video.
So I do want to add that it started with Draymond. Draymond had said on his podcast that he believes Steve Kerr hindered his career pretty much. As much as Steve Kerr has done for me, he thinks that Steve Kerr hindered his career. And so they asked Austin Rivers about that the next day on the show. And Austin Rivers said that that's ridiculous, and then went into a little bit more depth about why it was ridiculous. And then that's when Draymond decided to clap back. So
Mm.
yeah. So it all started with Austin Rivers being asked about what Draymond said about Steve Kerr. But here we go.
I don't like to get in these back and forths because, quite honestly, the guys that you usually get into the back and forths with, they become back and forths because there's like a weight that's like one of them like severely tips something this way and the other is just like kind of so far down that it kind of pulls you back a little bit. And so, speaking of Austin Rivers, I saw he said he's bewildered and it's ridiculous or what I said. And I just find it interesting that a guy who was the 10th pick in my draft, I was 35, who's on his second act, I'm still on act one, would say such things.
Thank you for your interest in retro
God
fitness.
damn it. Come
Franchising can be an incredible investment opportunity.
God damn
And at Retro
it.
Fitness, not just for the
He goes, Draymond, it's never been a scorer. Well, Austin, you and I averaged the same amount of points in high school when you were a scorer. I don't know what would qualify Austin Rivers to speak about scoring when in high school, me and you averaged the same amount of points. And I say high school because that's when you were at your best. That's when Austin Rivers was Austin Rivers in high school. And so that's why I point out the high school scoring because, I want to make it fair. I want to speak about him when he was at his best. And he was at his best at Winter Park, if I remember correctly. He had ESPN games. Like, that's when he was at his best. When he was faster than everybody and can just put his head down and drive right and get to the rim. And then in college, he was still good. He was very featured at Duke and, had a very big moment where he hit the three on the wing. Like, you got to give him credit. That's when he was at his best, Well, in college, I averaged almost 17 points a game in the Big Ten. Very limited possessions, So I only want to speak about Austin at his best. Because NBA careers, should he really talk about my NBA career? I don't know that that's the case. I'm still with my first team. He was gone from his first team in 2 years. And so I just sometimes you just should not say something. Always isn't a time everything isn't something you should speak on. And I don't think that was really one for Austin Rivers to be bewildered about and say it's ridiculous because the guy received the biggest bailout in U.S. history prior to President Trump bailing out the airlines when they needed it. Austin Rivers received the biggest bailout in NBA history, in world history, in U.S. history. Received the biggest bailout in U.S. history when his dad gave him $42 million. And I tip my hat to Doc. I pray that one day, it won't be $42 million then because NBA is going up so much. But I pray that I can give DJ $200 million or give Deuce $250 million. I pray that I can do that one day. So I tip my hat to Doc and his incredible bailout of his son and putting good money in his pocket, man. I really tip my cap to him. But, if you listen to the whole thing, the whole 3 minutes of what I spoke about, what a competent basketball mind would have heard was, man, this guy who wanted to do this, who thought he was this, changed his game and then still became this because that's what worked best for the team. Never shared those gripes because they didn't matter. And by the way, still don't matter because guess what? I don't care. I'm totally fine. My career's been great. So I found it interesting for people who need.
I find it interesting when niggas say they don't care, but the nigga just went on a whole 4 or 5 minute rant about the shit. But I digress.
Things to speak on to make it out as if I'm sitting here complaining about my career has been so bad. No, my career has been great, possibly Hall of Fame worthy. And I love how people just go take the 15 seconds that they want to take and make it a headline. But I really enjoyed watching Austin Rivers be bewildered by a statement of a guy who was drafted after him, still doing it after he's done, long after he's done, at a higher level right now today than he ever did it. Right now today, more impactful.
Cap.
Bar none. Now, had Austin Rivers taken a page out of my book and said, man, these people really don't need me to score, let me go do something else, probably doesn't need the bailout because then you go defend, you go be the better backup point guard than what he ultimately was. You carve out a nice niche for yourself. So what I can teach you about is carving out a niche for yourself since you're bewildered about my comments. I could have taught him to carve out a niche, as I did. So what you should go show kids is, man, here's a guy who was the National Player of the Year in college, was a Big Ten Player of the Year, that got to the league actually because he could score in all these different ways. He could shoot the three, he could get you off the dribble, he could take you to the block. That's how he got to the league. And shown at times that he could score in the league, but that just wasn't the path. But when you get guys like Austin Rivers, who, again, received the biggest bailout in U.S. history, to say something like that, I was bewildered.
All right, so before we get to Austin Rivers' part, what do you feel about what Draymond had to say?
Well, there are some partial truths in that. I will have to say. It is true that Austin Rivers probably did excel the most when he was in high school because he was definitely talked about a lot. He still has, hands down, one of the greatest high school mixtapes ever.
He honestly was like the start of the high school mixtape. So
And yeah, that's pretty much the only thing that I can really say that I agree with. The whole bailout thing, I feel like there's some hating shit. I
yeah,
mean,
it was unnecessary to say that.
it
But
was unnecessary to say because I mean, I don't give a damn who your daddy is or what you have done, especially when it comes down to money. Like I haven't been in the NBA, never even smelled the NBA facility, but I know that regardless of anybody in business that's going to hand someone some money, it's going to be because they deserved it or they feel like that they can use their player to excel their team, in
Mhm.
which I feel like that Austin Rivers could potentially have done. Granted, it was ironic that his daddy was the head coach of the team that he got that for. That's neither here nor there. If Doc had something to do with his son getting paid, I mean, shit. I feel like that's what any father would do. You line up 100 daddies and you ask them, would you be able to get your son a contract in the NBA? Would you do it? I'm pretty sure 100% of them would say yes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we
just,
see it right now with LA.
yeah, 100%. So I don't feel like that was just like a bailout. I mean, Austin Rivers was still at some point a good quality player at the time that he
Mhm.
received the contract. So I don't really think that was necessary to say.
Nah, and there's worse players making. Well, there was probably worse players making more than that.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that whole bailout thing was unnecessary to say. Like you said, there is some truths and everything, like, but Draymond, granted, he has a Hall of Fame career, but it's all based off of his rings.
And Steph.
And Steph and Clay, like that Andre Iguodala, like Sean Livingston, like that. His Hall of Fame career is based off of. Granted, yes, he was the enforcer, and yes, he made he played his role right. But once Steph and Clay got hurt, and it was just him, he wasn't shit. Like,
Not at all.
how are your two best scorers out the game, and you still averaging single digits? That would have been your time to show and prove who you are. But I mean, like I said, your Hall of Fame is based off of the backs of other players, but hey, like I said, can't nobody take it from you, dog. You got what, 4 rings? Hell, I
I
even
need
forgot
to
to add
see.
KD. KD too. Like, you were put in a very great position. Austin Rivers was not on any teams that were going to make any kind of championship pushes. Not the Clippers. Who else he played for? The Hornets. Houston. Well, maybe I'm being biased. I was about to say Houston, but I don't
Did
even
he play
remember
for
what
the
year.
Pelicans too?
I believe he did, but granted, like, he wasn't put in any position where they was going to win championships, bro. So, Draymond just so happened to be blessed to be picked by the team that was building a dynasty and capitalized on it. So
Mhm.
it's not. It's honestly, there were times where Austin Rivers was the best scorer on the team. They just like, it's kind of Devin Booker-esque.
Uh-huh.
So to try to compare the two is you can't. So, but hey, yeah, I don't know. And at least he has a career after this. So most NBA players don't end up having a career after this, and they picked him for a reason. To say that he's not a great basketball mind, and because he's not a great basketball mind, he didn't understand what you were saying. Doug, you said that Steve Kerr hindered your career. There's only one way to take that. Even though you said you appreciate everything he's done for you. So, but let's see what Austin got to say.
This is ridiculous. Seriously. Ridiculous. But you know what? I'm going to address it because you crossed the line and you are mad disrespectful for whatever reason. You've been around too long. We both were drafted in the same class. The fact that you don't have the wherewithal to do your due diligence and actually understand I was being highly complimentary of you on the Dan Patrick Show. But it's you, and I shouldn't be surprised. You always act irrationally, emotionally immature, and your anger always puts you in hot water. So here I am having to address a video of you belittling my career. First off, Draymond, we weren't the same players in high school. I don't care about our numbers being similar. I did it at the national level, at the top level. Hence why I got the Naismith Award, and I got pretty much every award you can think of in high school. I was ranked number 1. You were ranked, I don't know. So cut it out. Next. College, you actually were a really good college basketball player, but it's hard to compare because I was only there for 6 months, something you could never do. Talk about I was, one of the featured guys. No, I was the guy. I led my team in scoring. I was first team All-ACC, freshman player of the year, lottery pick. Stop. Next. NBA, hey, man, you got it, Dre. I mean, listen, I played in the NBA for more than 10 years, more than a decade, but 11 years, but I'm not a Hall of Famer like you. So I'll give you that credit. All right, you got it. But let's peel back that onion and understand why. Easy, Tiger. Okay? You have the delusion, the non-wherewithal, the irony of you saying I'm part of the biggest bailout in NBA history. Draymond, you are the luckiest basketball player I think I've ever seen, especially in modern day history. Let's talk about that. You were drafted to a franchise with a Hall of Fame front office, Bob Myers, Hall of Fame coach Steve Kerr, the greatest shooter of all time, and perhaps the top 5 player of all time, Steph Curry, Hall of Famer. One of the greatest shooters, top 5 shooter of all time, another Hall of Famer, Klay Thompson. The Swiss Army knife himself, the guy who could do a little bit of everything on the floor, Andre Iguodala, another Hall of Famer. I know, keep up. It's a lot of talent.
Boy, a nigga good, ain't
he? Goddamn. All y'all Duke niggas the same.
A nigga good. I ain't even talking about the front office, but
hey, he talking this shit though.
Oh man.
Not to mention one of the most lethal scorers of all time and arguably a top 10 player of all time, Kevin Durant, the same guy you chased off because of this, your mouth. You talk too much. And that's not even counting the plethora of talent around those guys. The Sean Livingstons, the Barbosas, the Andrew Wiggins, the Jordan Pooles, who you also chased off. Cut it out.
Nah, he didn't chase Poole off.
Yeah, he knocked
Punched that nigga off that. He knocked that nigga off out the team.
Yeah, no.
Draymond, you're the backpack jump shooter. You're the guy that everyone leaves open. No one guards you. There are hours and hours and hours of film of just you being left wide open. In fact, anybody can just YouTube or Google or watch any Draymond game ever, and he's open all game. There are clips of you getting a rebound and just driving in a straight line and just getting a wide open layup because everyone's fanning out to guard the actual talent on the team. Talking about Steve Kerr hindered your career. Bro, Steve Kerr made your career. How dare you? Coming at me? Are you kidding me? Oh, wish I could give my son $200 million if I was a coach. Yo, the NBA doesn't give coaching jobs to guys who may or may not sucker punch one of the players and staff. You need to fall back, Dre. Let's just be frenemies.
Well, Mo, what do you have to say about what Austin Rivers said in such a very short time compared to what Draymond had to say?
Well, shit. First things first. Backpack shooter is fucking hilarious. Like, That shit is so
man.
true because it's been plenty of games that I've seen, bro. Draymond Green been so open, bro. I'm talking about he's been the YMCA recreational gym open. Like and it's so true. And then there has been a lot of times where Draymond has gotten the rebound and he has managed to just walk straight to the rim because everybody else done went and ran to the shooters on the team. So that's funny as well. So I mean, Austin Rivers, he just completely got a point all around 100%. There isn't anything that he said that I disagree with besides the fact that he didn't include Mark Jackson, because I feel like that Mark Jackson played a very, very instrumental part in Golden State's earlier, pre-success stage, I should
Yep.
say. And
Steve Kerr
yeah,
inherited that team.
yeah, basically. So
Yeah.
put some respect on Mark Jackson's name as far as that. But every other sentence that Austin Rivers has implied, bro, it was some sad facts. I mean, he was ACC. He did get an ESPN game at a high school level. He
Naismith
did play for
Award,
Duke. Yeah, he
played for
played for
Duke.
Duke.
Like I said,
So
he was a one and done. He only had to play 1 year and leave. He didn't have to play multiple years like Draymond had to.
mhm.
So
I mean, it's just sad, bro. And this is where the essence of this podcasting thing needs to be controlled because I'm for like the Mellows, the T Max. I'm not sitting up here saying that you shouldn't have your own podcast. This is something that is enjoyable to do, and everybody should want to be a part of it. But when it comes down to you being a former athlete or current athlete, it's some lines that should be drawn as far as you wanting to make good content for your viewers compared to you just using your platform to get your shit off because you wasn't able to when you were playing. I don't think Austin Rivers falls in the category. He was just basically defending himself. But we get it a lot from like the Patrick Beverly, um, who else was like the kind of mediocre glue guys that got their own podcast. They want to try to amplify and glorify themselves while belittling other people and talking about their accolades and stuff like that. That's not cool. Draymond Green, you are in the NBA like well, you're not currently anymore. You got sent home, but prior to that, I feel like you had a job to do. Now you want to do your podcasting on the side, that's cool, but I don't think that you should use your platform to try to belittle players that's not playing anymore. Like you not talking your shit to anybody that's currently active, even though it's the only player that's currently active that got a podcast is Paul George, if I'm not mistaken. It's still
not it.
the fact that you shouldn't use that. You should get on your platform, talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. Because truth be told, I don't even watch Draymond Green podcast because I'm not for the whole, I just got out the NBA. Now I'm finna get on camera in front of you guys. Like, bro, I think you really got some more to do. So, yeah, I just feel like that, nah, I don't like that at all.
Yeah. With me, when it comes to players having a podcast, I don't mind it per se. Like you said, like the T Max, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, Gilbert Arenas, all of them. Like, I don't mind them having a podcast because one, a lot of them are very insightful basketball minds and entertaining and we get a lot of stories that we didn't get to hear while they were active players.
Mhm.
Now, when it comes to Draymond and even Paul George, even though I think Paul George does it better than Draymond because Paul George at least brings guests on his podcast,
Mhm.
and it's an interview type podcast. It's not just him sitting in front of a camera talking. It's actually a setup
Yeah.
interview from, he gets all kinds of, he gets, athletes, male and female. He gets actors, actresses, and, different people to come on his show to interview. So
Mhm.
the only thing I don't like what Paul George and Draymond do is they're doing it during the season. During the season, I feel like basketball should be your only focus. Now, if you need an outlet, and I feel like Draymond is using his as an outlet to talk about the days in and days out of what's going on. But honestly, if he was had a little bit more foresight, he should have held on to all of these because I'm pretty sure he has a hell of a lot of stories that he could be telling on an actual podcast set once he retires.
Mhm.
And to do it now, it kind of diminishes it because now people, if they look at you, they're just going to think that you're going to be ranting, talking bad about people, talking about me, 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 me. Nobody wants to hear a podcast or listen to a podcast where you're just talking about yourself or your career the whole damn time. So that's why I like the Tracy McGrady's, even the Gilbert Arenas is even when they do start, they be talking cash money shit, but that's cool because they were all top tier athletes.
Mhm.
And not saying that Draymond isn't, but like
He is.
like but that's what I'm saying. I mean, he more top tier than me because he made it to the NBA.
Fact.
So
Yeah.
but I just feel like if you're going to turn that camera on and it should be at least entertaining. Like I said, I've never watched it. I think I watched maybe like 10 minutes of it one time and I got bored because it was nothing to keep me engaged. And half the time I don't know what the fuck the nigga talking about. So um and there's always controversy that's coming around it. Like, even if you do feel like I feel like he could have used a better word than hindered his career because you can't be hindered and got 4 championships.
That
So,
is.
and honestly, you're your own person. If you thought that you could bring more to the team other than the rebounding and the defense and being the muscle of the team, when, like I said earlier, when Clay and Steph went out, that was your chance to do that. That was your chance to show that you could score more than 15 points, or like I think the last couple of years he's been averaging what 7 or 9 points a game, something like that. So if when your two best players, one gets traded and another one gets hurt, that's your time to show what you can do for this team. And he didn't show it. It's why they didn't make the playoffs. I mean, it's why they haven't made but hey, you got it. Like I said, but Austin just, told us why you have this Hall of Fame career. So, um I don't think that there needs to be caps on it. I just do think that active players shouldn't be podcasting. Unless, like I said, even if it was more so like Paul George's was, like I said, where it adds more of an entertainment value to it. But if you're just going to be talking there about your game to game after we just watched the game, like he was legit getting on his podcast right after a game to talk about his game that we just watched. So I don't see the benefit of that. But everybody has a following, everybody got their niche that they like. So But let us know what you guys think. How do you guys feel about NBA, both vets and active players having a podcast? Do you think that they should wait till the season's over with, or do you think they should wait till they retire? And then
No,
also let us
and
know. Go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead. Let the folks know because I got to
Okay.
fact check with what you just said about Draymond.
Okay. And let us know what you guys felt about the whole Draymond saying that Steve Kerr hindered his career and how he went at Austin Rivers and what you think about Austin Rivers' clapback. So, but what you got, brother?
Out of 13 years of playing in the NBA, Draymond Green has only averaged double-digit points 4 years out of the 13.
And what was it, like 10 or 11?
Yes, 11.7 in 14-15 year. He averaged a whopping 14 points in 15-16, 10.2 in 16-17, and 11 points in 17-18.
What he averaged this
Every
year?
8.4.
And Steph was out most of the season.
Hey, I just feel like you gotta be like that to really like you just gotta be like it just get to a point where it just basically said you not even that hooping for real to really clap back at somebody that was a ACC freshman of the year, that was a Naismith player of the year, that was a number one pick. I mean, not number one pick, a number one
A lottery
high
pick.
school player.
Yeah.
He was a lottery pick, but he was still the number one national player in high school.
In high school,
So it's like, come on, bro. That's where my whole deal. I'm cool with you. I actually feel like the dynamic of having a podcast during the season is kind of cool because it puts people in the midst of it. Like, everybody want to get as close as they can get. So I feel like being fresh off of a game or out of practice, having a little podcast talking about such and such, that's cool. But just don't clap it. Excuse me, just don't clap at players, bro. Don't try to diminish players. Don't try to because Austin Rivers isn't the first one. Draymond Green have done this to I know Patrick Beverly. He's done it to who else he done it to? Lou Williams. He's done it to KG. He has been,
And it's not the first time he's gone back to Austin Rivers either. Like,
oh, okay.
yeah,
So
they've
it's like
had multiple going back and forth. So
I'm not cool with the diminishing talking about players, bro. Everybody made it to the NBA. Everybody got some money. Everybody has had some money.
Yeah.
So, bro, just let it ride, bro.
Yeah. So, now we're gonna shift, I guess, to more sports. I don't want to talk about this, but I guess we're gonna talk about this. The Houston Rockets, as most of you know, we got bounced out of the first round by the Lakers in 6 games. Me personally, I don't look at it as a disappointing season, only because one, we damn near finished with the same record last year, and two, our point guard was gone. Now, the part that is disappointing is the fact that before the trade deadline, there was a couple point guards out there that we could have gotten that we did not make any damn moves to get. I would have even been cool with Kobe fucking White. Granted, he played for North Carolina. I would have been fine with it. It would have been better than, and I will say, Amon did cool for what they expected from him. Reed Shepherd did cool for what they expected from him. but I don't feel like they focused on. I feel like they put all their eggs in having Fred VanVleet for the season, that they didn't develop Reed Shepherd into the point guard that they needed, or even if Amon was there was going to be their backup point guard, which I don't think he was going to be. Um, they could have done a little bit more training with him as well, especially shooting wise. Though he's athletic, crazy athlete, and he's a goddamn bucket, he just can't shoot the ball. He doesn't spread the floor. They want him to shoot. Reed Shepherd had the greenest of all fucking green lights, to the point that this nigga was taking shots. I'm like, nigga, all right, like, yeah, you hit them first 4 shots. Now you damn near shooting from the parking lot. Relax, dog.
Yes, sir. I fuck with Reed. I like the
So,
confidence.
so I don't look at it as a disappointing season for us. I look at it as we were playing from behind pretty much before the season even started when Fred VanVleet went down. And the fact that we even made the playoffs with all the KD drama, with the burner accounts and all that shit like that, and granted, all that shit that went down, you know, it was still shaped up to be a pretty good season. And I'm kind of pissed that we lost to the fucking Lakers. We should never have lost to the Lakers, especially when the first 3 games they didn't have Austin Rivers, not Austin Rivers, Austin Reeves and Luca. No fucking way Luke Kennard lit us up like that game 1. No fucking way that happens. Luke Kennard is a bucket. I'm not trying to say that he's not. But as soon as a motherfucker hits 4 fucking threes or his first 4 or 5 shots, where was the defensive adjustment? We didn't make any adjustments going on to this into that first round. So what we can do best is either develop Reed to be our backup point guard where we need him to be, just in case one of FVV goes down again. Oh, we need to pick up more pieces. We need to pick up more offensively sound pieces that can go get a bucket. Because the people that we thought was going, Dorian Finney-Smith, disappointed. Reed Shepherd, bucket, but he need to be a little, he need to be controlled a little bit, because when you have KD on your, there's no reason why every other player on that team is taking more shots than the most efficient player in the goddamn league. Like, KD honestly should always be the number 1 option. Regardless of what's going on, look for KD first before you go and get yours. And I know KD kind of instilled that confidence within them to go out there and get what they need to get. And it might help in the future, but we don't want a whole team full of Jalen Greens, because that was the problem when Jalen Green was there. So, but Maul, what you think about our season this year?
I like our season. I feel like our season was a step in the right direction. I really don't feel like that Amen Thompson not shooting is the problem. I feel like the whole team not being able to shoot is the problem. Like, besides Kevin Durant and Reed Shepherd, there isn't a soul on that team that you could instantly think of that can give you a consistent 3-point shot.
Okay, I was gonna say Jabari started heating up towards the tail end of that series, though. So
he over in the totality of the season,
yeah,
he's streaky. He is a streaky shooter as well. And I feel like ultimately that is what's going to prevail you in the playoffs. Like, in the playoffs, your skill and your talent shows the most, because whatever team that you're going against, they're going to focus on you for 7 games. Every defensive coverage you've done, offensive set you ran, they are going to focus on that. Now, spread out throughout the league, yeah, you shuffling between teams, 3-4 teams a week. That's cool. You can get by with it. But one, I agree. They definitely should have made a play to get a younger point guard into the league, into the team. I'm a big fan. I've been telling you for years, Fred VanVleet, you got to go, dog. Like, I admire his skill set. I admire the fact that he's able to do what he does at the point guard, especially for his height. Because I really truly think that the whole 6'1", 6'2" point guard era is slowly but surely coming to an end. And he's one of the last couple left. And that's one of the reasons why I feel like that he's not supplemental for this Houston Rocket team. I didn't like when they gave him that extension. I didn't like when they acquired him. I never liked the fact that they needed Fred VanVleet, because truth be told, I'm gonna keep it a book. I really truly feel like that Fred VanVleet has the similar career paths as Draymond did. Like, there's nothing significant about Fred VanVleet's game that make you want to say, I want him on my team. His playmaking is mediocre. His shooting, he can shoot a little bit. He gotta shoot because he's short. But I just don't feel like that he's supplemental to the team at all. And that's why
we disagree.
I just feel like he need to get his ass up out of there. Now he could go be with Timberwolves.
I was about to say, you about to say some slaw ass team. Don't do that.
No. I ain't saying no. I'm not saying no. I'm not trying to belittle his skill set, because he still can bring some potential and some type of winning championship mindset to a team. It's just not this team. This team, Houston Rockets need. I like Sengun. We have a playmaking big man. That is beneficial to a lot of players on the team, but we just need players that can shoot the ball. And not only we need players that can shoot the ball, we need players that can really go and get their own bucket, minus a pick and roll situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, learn how to run off screens, catch and shoot, come off a curl, like do something different other than just getting the ball and hoping that you're more athletic and faster, or whatever the case may be, against who you're going against, because that's what Houston Rockets play. They basically play one-on-one basketball with everybody, you know. So I just feel like that, man, we get us Alonzo Ball. We can get us
He's too fragile.
Kobe. I mean, Fred VanVleet missed a whole year. At least Lonzo will give you 20 games.
Barely.
Man, I would say get us some Lonzo Ball, get us a playmaker, or I hate to say it, but you can really get rid of like maybe 3 or 4 guys to get you one superstar caliber. Like, get rid of Tate. I mean, not Tate. Is it Tate or Eason? What's his last name? The
Tari
or
Tari
Eason. Yeah.
I like Tari though. So.
But he gotta go. Get him up out of there. Jabari Smith Jr. Okay, so I'm gonna just say it like this. Out of Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr., and Eason, you essentially got the same player in 3 bodies. Basically. Only thing is Jabari Smith Jr. is taller than those two. That's the only benefit that he
shoots
has.
better than both of them.
Yeah, he shoot better than both, and he's taller than both. But
Yeah.
it's really a debate if you really want to say who is better between him and Amen. You see what I'm saying? So the quality wise, it's a debate on who's better. Issa, he's a good player, but he brings the same qualities that those two bring. So I'm just saying, you really just need to get rid of one or two of them to get you some shooters and or playmakers.
I don't
And
think you get
then
rid of Amon though. Amon can't go anywhere though. So
see, if you don't get rid of Amon, where's the value in though? Because I'm gonna put
it's
it
gonna
like
have to be Jabari. Jabari gonna have to be the value.
hell no, because he's not paid. Amon got paid. So if it comes down to getting
Amon is still on his rookie contract.
Oh, okay. He's still on.
Yeah, Amon is still on his rookie contract.
So you don't get rid of him then. So you're gonna have to do it at some point because shit, somebody gonna need to get paid. And Fred Fleet got a big chunk of the money.
It didn't play the whole year.
You gotta get, man. I don't know, bro.
Because you still gotta think about your bench too. Like you can't get rid of certain pieces and then your bench is just shit. Like you still got to think about your bench. Tyree was good coming off the bench for us last year. I mean this year too. Amon clearly is not a bench player. Jabari, I mean, we were playing the double bigs, so Jabari just shoots better than Sengun. So it's tough because you don't want, and what we also don't want to do is get rid of all of our youth and bring these old players. And then once they retire, we're back at square zero. Like I really do think we're gearing up for the future. They just need more time to develop. But I do agree with you. We do need to bring, and honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, Lonzo would be good because Lonzo is a pass first guard. And he knows how to run different sets, and he's not the best defensively, but he's better compared to him and LaMelo. He is the better defensive player. So, and I feel like that's our team mindset is defense. Because I mean that's why we have Tari Eason still, because Tari Eason is a phenomenal defensive player. And I feel like that's what our team is centered around is our defense. We just, I don't know, it's gonna be tough. But I do feel like I said, Dorian Finney-Smith definitely got to go. I'm gonna say that's the second time I done said it, but I don't know if the injury plagued them. I feel like we got a broken player, and it just wasn't reported by the Lakers when we got him. And I was excited to get Dorian Finney-Smith because he's a good shooter, and B was a good defender. And every time he kept coming back from injury, it was like, all right, what the fuck are we paying him for? So I'm interested to see what we do during free agency. I don't know what point guards are coming up in the free agency that's even worth talking about, mentioning, getting. I honestly don't even know what our cap looks like. So
players don't even come up being point guards anymore. That's the sad part.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what we do. Like I said, I honestly do. We need I won't say because the legit big is kind of dead, null and void now. Because I know there was talks about us getting Giannis, and I honestly don't want Giannis. because he can't play without the ball. He needs the ball in his hand 24/7, and you can't count on him to make the right pass. He's a ball stopper. But
I'll let Sangoon go for him.
I wouldn't, because where are you going to get your playmaking from?
See, that's where we need to resort to Lonzo. Like, get us I ain't even gonna say a playmaking point guard, but give us a point guard, a solid point guard. Drew Holiday, Lonzo Ball, man, you know if we get LaMelo Ball, it's up with me.
Yeah,
so
that ain't never happened. But
I just ultimately feel you gotta pick and choose. You can't have a half court offense without a playmaking guard, or at least a guard that know how to get a bucket. And then when it comes down to Sangoon, like, he does everything well except for shoot and paint defend. He can guard you one-on-one. If you're a big man that don't really have moves, Sangoon can lock your ass up.
Yeah.
But the Embiid's out there, the Jokic is out there. He can go up with Jokic. Jokic, they got the same body frame.
Yeah.
But if you going up against an athletic big that knows how to utilize moves,
maneuver in space,
Sangoon ass fried for real.
Yeah.
So,
and honestly, he should have been fucking 8-0, but
he couldn't do it.
He couldn't do it.
He don't have the foot speed. He don't have the athleticism. Only thing Sangoon got is skill. And sometimes skill don't get you far. So, I mean, that's just really what it is, bro. Because I feel like that as bad as it may sound, now that you sitting up here and you breaking down the players and everything that they can do, shit, Sangoon really might be the problem behind Houston's success for real. If we just keep it a buck, because I'm pretty sure that somebody else can take up that. How much Sangoon average? Like 16 to 18 points. I feel like somebody else can do that if they took the amount of shots that Sangoon takes. On the contrary, if you're going to keep Sangoon, you need to have a player that complements Sangoon's play style, which is shooting. And you don't have people that can shoot. So you got to pick and choose. If you're going to have the playmaking, you got to have the people that's able to execute. But at the same time, you can get somebody that can execute the same amount of points that Sangoon executes and still get you another player that can rebound, paint defend, pick and roll threat, because that's another problem Sangoon has. He's not a pick and roll threat at all. I don't think I've ever seen Sangoon catch the ball off the screen and go to the rim. He has always posted up, took a midi, that little shot put floater he liked to do in the lane. You know what I'm saying? So he might really, as much as we probably like him, he might be the problem.
Honestly, when you break it down a little bit like that, I can see where you're coming from. So, but like we said, it's going to be interesting to see where we go this off season. I expect us to be aggressive in the free agency. I expect to be shocked, and I expect to be disappointed too. So, so we'll see. They've already said that Raphael Stone, the GM, and that Kevin Durant are in the future of whatever we decide to do. So because I was afraid Kevin Durant would be gone after the season, but they are saying it is reported that he's staying. So, we shall see. But again, Kevin Durant also getting old. So I'm not sure how many more seasons he has. But we do know he is a hooper and he loves basketball. So nigga might be hooping until he 80.
You think he's staying for real?
That's honestly, like, that's why I said I'm not putting any hope in it. It's like I said, especially after the whole burner account stuff. Like, I'm kind of confused on the impact that it had on the team, because at one end it doesn't look like it had an impact on the team if it was Kevin Durant's burner account or not. But we'll see. Like I said, we shall see. Him missing that one game during the playoffs, I think they explained why he missed that game, even though we don't need an explanation. That's his business, but it did look kind of weird.
He gave up.
Yeah.
He gave up. Bottom fucking line.
Yeah. So, but I mean, like I said, he was there for the last 2 games. So, but like I said, I thought it was weird as well. But because I was like right after the whole the round 2 of the burner account came out. So I was like, perfect timing. But
so what burner account? What is you talking about? Because I don't know nothing about
he
a burner
had
account.
it was like the first time was like during the season, like right around All-Star break, where it was a lot of information talking about a lot of the Rocket players and what they're doing bad and how they're ass and they suck and shit like that. So it was too much detail for it to be a fan like you and I would do. Even though some of it was quite, it's quite evident if you're looking at the season. It's easy to say these things because we're all watching it play. It doesn't really take a basketball mind to see what was fucked up with our season. But there was a lot of insider information that were in those accounts, and it got tied back to Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant has admittedly said he has burner accounts. We just don't know the names of them. So, and then round 2 came around, same thing during the playoffs. Pretty much saying players were still ass. He was talking bad about like Sengun and Jabari couldn't hit the bright side of a barn and shit like that. And yeah, it was. So I didn't read too much into it, but because like I said, in these days and times, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt. With AI and shit, anybody can be anybody nowadays. So I could be fucking Kevin Durant right now if I wanted to, and folks will believe it. So, but let us know what you guys think if y'all care. Most of y'all might not be Houston Rocket fans. So let us know what y'all think about. Damn, we was on this topic for a long ass time. Y'all let us know what we could do better as a team. All right, let's shoot through these playoff predictions because we already an hour into footage. Did not know that.
Yeah, dog. This will happen when you just get to talking.
So playoffs have started or been started. We're now in the second round. Maul, who are you looking at that is giving NBA champion?
Whew. Well, it's kind of tough to say who's giving NBA champion because I'm gonna keep it a book. This is the best off season I have personally watched in a very long time because the things that you expect to happen, it didn't happen. Like the 76ers. I mean, not the 70. Yeah, the 76ers beat the Celtics. I just knew, this is the first postseason without the Boston Celtics with the Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown era. I seen that stat and I was like, damn, that's fucking wild. Because those are still some young players, and considering the fact that they're not in the postseason, that's crazy. The Hawks, we used to the Hawks coming in and losing. The way they lost was crazy, though. That 50-point blowout was insane. But
it was.
to answer your question, man, it's kind of in the air because you got the poise from OKC because, they won last year. You still got San Antonio Spurs. They hungry. They looking for something. You got Minnesota. They hungry. They looking for something. The Knicks is hungry. They looking for something. But truth be told, my dark horse champion of the year might be the Pistons. Because I feel like that they, out of everybody that's hungry, they are the hungriest team out of everybody because they are only driven by one player. And it's been a long time that we've seen a team get propelled by one player like Cade has been doing with this team. I probably just want them to win. But I don't know. I love my Ant-Man. I want him to get it. I don't want LeBron, but hey, I'm gonna keep it a book. I would want LeBron to win it just so that he can retire a champion. That shit'll be dope as hell. I feel like if he get the championship,
and
he's
Bron to
done.
get one too because of that.
Come on, bro. He's done. There's nothing else LeBron needs to do. So it's a lot of stories. And of course the Knicks. Oh God, the whole East Coast gonna fucking, I don't know, y'all gonna tear some shit up out there. That might be the first place to riot after they win the championship. But man, I don't know, bro. It's a big toss up. But my dark horse is the Pistons. But if I had to pick for sure, I would probably say that I don't know. The Knicks been tearing some folks' ass up too, though. And they really been getting to it. They've been blowing people ass out. So then BJ and Maxey, they going crazy out there with the 76ers.
And B's been out. He's gonna be called out. He's actually out this game today. So
yeah, and they play better without him. So
which is crazy. But he do show up though.
Oh yeah, Embiid,
he
bro.
do show up. So
Embiid is probably one of the only guys that's like he is forcefully making a name for himself despite injuries. Because a lot of people will let those injuries hinder them.
Mm-hmm.
He is like don't play 40, 50 games a year, but still being considered one of the top centers in the league is fucking amazing. So granted, it's still the center position. You don't have that much leeway, but he still be hooping though. But dark horse for me is going to be the Pistons, and my commercial champion, I should say, is probably going to be the Spurs, because when it come down to it, that boy Wemby different. And it's not even Wemby that's the case. That's Stephon Castle.
Castle,
bro.
yeah.
I've been a fan of dude. Been a fan of him. So yeah, I'll probably just give it my East team. My East team is gonna be the Pistons. My West team is gonna be the Spurs. And if those two face off, I might have to probably give it to the Spurs.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What about you?
Honestly, like you said, this is probably the best postseason in a very long time that we've had, especially first round. Like nail biters all around. I think most of the games, I think only 2 teams swept, and the rest of them went damn near 6, 7 games. So it was some very good basketball, especially that comeback that the Pistons did the other night, like before they got to the second round, bro. Like the fact that what you call them? God damn it, I don't forgot who they played the first round.
Who are you talking about?
The Pistons.
Pistons played the Pistons played the Magic first round.
Magic, that's what it was. Yep. The fact that game 7, the Magic missed what they said, like 23 straight shots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then what was it? The game before that, or might have been the same game. Pistons were down big. They were down by like 30 and came back and won that game. So honestly, in the East, my team to get there is the Pistons, because the Pistons have been showing so much grit that they started off the season. The fact that last season they were last in the league, to flip that around and be the number 1 team in the East, that needs to, and if dude don't win coach of the year, that shit rigged.
Thanks.
Cause we've never seen it. So yeah, the East, I definitely know it's Cade, but I fuck with Cade. Cade is a phenomenal player. I think I personally want in the East, I want the Pistons to get there. Knicks, I don't really give a fuck about. Mom, sorry, mama. I don't give a fuck about that. But I'm sorry for cursing too. But I really do want Detroit to get there on the East side. The West side, a little bit tougher. Because me personally, I want the Timberwolves to go, because I'm a big Anthony Edwards fan. Lakers not even worth talking about. They about to get their ass whooped by OKC. I don't want OKC to go because I'm not much of a fan of Shea's game. He a bucket, but once I see that you score most of your points come off of free throws than they do actual jump shots, and you bailing for shots, nigga, you ass to me. I don't like Shea's game, bro. He looks for the foul. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I've never been a fan of foul baiting. I didn't like it when James Harden was doing it for us. I don't like the fact that every player in the league does it, and I was about to say Jalen Hurts. What's his name? God damn it, I'm drawing a blank right now, but I don't like foul baiting, bro. I enjoy contact, so I like to me pause, but I just don't. Shea is nice. Don't get me wrong. I know I'm contradicting myself. Shea is nice when he's actually playing basketball and not looking for a foul every single time he touches the ball. There's a compilation of every time he touches the ball, like of him, like his foul calls, and he's not being touched at all. There's a whole like a 20-minute compilation of him getting foul calls, and they slow it down and he's not being touched at all. The nigga just put on a Denzel Washington performance to sell it. I don't like, and honestly, like I said, I didn't like LeBron does it the most. That flopping shit. Egypt, relax. Damn. Once they said they were gonna start finding players for flopping, I feel like they started off tough on them, and then they kind of softened up on it. And I feel like once the game is over, every time you see a flop, I mean, of course, you can't change the aspect of the game, but I'm hitting you in your pockets. And I get it, it's part of the evolution of the game, but it's getting out of hand, bro. You got players every time you turn on the game right now. I guarantee you, within the first 5 seconds of you watching that game, you're gonna hear somebody yell, "Hey!"
Boy, I mean, I feel you, bro. I feel you, but I'm never. Oh, was you done before I continue?
Yeah. I'm done. But yeah, my
I
West team I want to get there is the Timberwolves. So
okay, yeah. My thing with the whole foul baiting, bro, you can't help what another person is doing. Like, I don't
yes,
give a damn. I don't give a damn how many times, how good it look, how bad it look, if I sell it, fuck all that. The whistle is in the referee's mouth.
yeah, but it's the player putting the motion together for the ref to think that it's actually a foul.
Which is why the referees should be more held accountable to that
Oh no,
than the players.
the refs get death threats.
That's
That's a
what I'm saying. Like, y'all
like,
you can't get mad if I call it, bro. If I see you hooping and I see you get fouled, if you get the call and you know you got fouled, are you going to expect that call? Yes or no? As a basketball
no,
player,
I'd never complain about not getting a foul call.
I ain't say nothing about complaining. I ain't say nothing about not getting it. What I said was, if you're playing basketball and you get fouled,
Mhm.
are you going to expect a foul call? Yes or no?
I mean, yeah, I would expect the ref if the ref sees it, but if I don't
No,
get
no,
it,
no, no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
gonna.
no, no, no. We ain't talking about what the refs see. We talking about
That
what you want.
that's how you get a foul call. The ref got to see it, that
Nah,
it was
but
a
what
foul.
I'm telling you is you shouldn't be. What I'm saying is, if you're playing basketball to the point where motherfuckers can't help but to foul you,
But that's my thing. If a motherfucker can't do anything but foul you to score, cool. But when a nigga is not fouling you, when you're not even like my thing is when a lot of these offensive players they're coming down the floor. A, yes, they're trying to score, but B, they're also trying to manipulate the ref. So any way that they can use to manipulate, and that's what I'm saying, like a lot, like if you watch a lot of this in slow motion, it's like dog, like, and like I said, granted, you can blame the ref, but you really can't blame the ref because the game is played at such high speed, certain things you're not going to catch. So if I'm running down the court and say you're in front of me, I'm not even gonna say Driss in front of you because Driss gonna foul you. But
man, knock me out. I ain't gonna play no more.
and say you're in front of me and you're playing lockdown defense, you got you legit are locking me the fuck up. If it's not like I understand, I don't mind like the pump fake defender jumps and then I jump into you. Cool. I really don't like that either. But hey, I got you off your feet. That's your fault. Now, if you're playing such good defense, I pump fake, you don't go nowhere. However, I decide I either lost my balance and I sell it. And like I said, hey, and fall to the floor. You didn't touch me at all. And the ref blows that whistle. As a defender, I'm pissed. Now, when you're doing that, when I saw game one of Shay's the first game of the play that he played in the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
he finished with 23 points.
Mm-hmm.
Or he finished with like 28 points. 20 of those points came from the free throw line. And they showed it in slow motion. Dog, most of them free throws, most of them foul calls, he wasn't touched. I guess that's just me. I just don't like foul baiting. I understand, like, if I get you off your feet, like if I legit, like if you're just playing such lockdown defense that you so locked in that I pump fake because I'm a threat and you have to foul me because you know you foul me or not, I'm gonna be a bucket. And maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it's because
You just a hater, bro.
no, I'm not a hater because I mean you play basketball with me. How often do I call a foul when I get fouled?
See, that's the thing though, Trey.
Never.
We not talking about no prideful, I
And it's
scored through contact
it's not pride. It's
Trey,
just
it
that
is.
I like playing physical defense. I grew up playing physical defense. Now, I'm not going to slap you in your eye while I fuck up your retina, but
Shit. It happened to me.
or body slam you when I'm chasing for a loose ball.
Shit, that happened to me too. Shit. Shout out to Alex, man.
But nah, like I don't know. I guess, like I said, I get the aspect of Shay's game, and like I said, I'm not calling him ass. I may have said ass earlier, but that was because I was in my feelings. But Shay is by far not a trash player. Shay is a excellent basketball, especially offensive basketball player. I just don't think he has to do all of that to get a bucket. Now, because I feel like he's efficient enough where he doesn't have to do that. He's so efficient that they're going to have to foul him to get. I don't think he has to play. I don't think he has to manipulate for a foul when you're going to get fouled.
So Trey, let me just with the exact sentence you just said, he don't have to play to try to manipulate a foul. What if in some random strange life he don't do that? He just so hooping to the point where everybody that try to guard him, they can't fucking guard him because we're not sitting up here and acting like he got a basic game.
No.
He manipulates the mid range. He fucks people, balances up like
Yeah, he has one of the best since DeMar DeRozan, one of the best mid-range jumpers.
Okay, so then you still got to count the fact that he's still fast as hell. He's shifty. Bro, half of the league don't even know how, bro. Like, I would be surprised if at least 75% of the NBA, well, I ain't gonna say 75 because we got a couple of bits. 60% of the NBA know how to guard a player with a mid-range game. I'm just being honest.
And honestly, I feel like that's why he does get a lot of those foul calls.
Exactly. He is so hooping to the point where niggas they can't help but to foul him. They don't know how to guard the mid-range. They just know how to chase off the three. They just know how to chase off the three and let the nigga go by so the big man can block the dunk. That's all basketball is and has been for the past
I'm gonna
10,
send
20
I'm
years.
gonna send you the video that I was talking about, and I might even clip it in here. A lot of the calls that he does get that it's not a foul. Like I get that it looked like a foul when we're looking at from our vantage point, it may look from a foul, but when they slow it down, and like I said, I don't completely blame the refs because that game is so high paced. People don't realize that them courts, when you're 6'5" and up, them courts are small. So that what would take us damn near 20 minutes to run from one end to the other, taking them like 10 seconds, probably less than that. So, because you get my fat ass out there, I might die trying to run to half court. So,
See, it felt.
but and like I said, I see where you're coming from. I guess a part of it is a prideful thing, and a part of it is a macho camacho kind of thing. Like
But
I
I'm
like
saying,
to
bro,
play
you
through. I like to play through contact. I just feel like when 60% of, I won't say 60, I say about 55%. 55% of what you do in the mid range is a flop to me. And this is just my personal opinion. What looks like a flop, especially when it's like, of course, off the first look at it, it may not look at it. But when they play them replays, bro, I'd be like, come on, dog.
But
Like,
see, that's just the whole essence of it. You
but
only
it's
get
gotten worse over the years, Mark. Like,
and
you
that
can't.
is 100% true, but you contradicting the shit out of yourself, everything that you saying, because
No.
what no, yeah, you are, because I'm listening this time. I ain't high. So so yo, so you telling me that you just said that you can't blame the refs because of the speed that these players are playing
I
the
said I
game.
don't completely blame the refs.
Okay, you don't completely blame the refs. All right, but then guess what? When you just said that it might look like a foul, but then you play it in slow-mo, it's not a foul. That shouldn't hinder the fact that the man got a foul call.
But
You
that's
shouldn't be
on the
upset.
player. That's on the
That's
player.
on
That's
the
what I'm saying.
referee.
No, that's on the player. When you're aiming to do that, you know what I mean? Like, when you're aiming to make it look like you got fouled and you didn't get fouled. That's that, like, and
So
I
Trey, let
get
me
what
ask
you're
you a
saying.
question.
No,
Let
I
me
get
ask
I get
you.
what you're saying.
I got one more question though. Just got one more question. So let's just say that this is no hinder. This is not a knock to anybody that has this occupancy throughout their life. Do what you got to do to put bread on the table.
Mhm.
If you was to get a job, they are paying you what they're paying you now. Would you or would you not want to do the bare minimum to get that salary that you're getting, or would you want to work as hard as fucking possible?
I'm working as hard as possible to earn my pay. That's just how I was raised.
No. Physically. We're not talking about like hard work mentally. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like labor work. Like if you scrub floors or sit at a desk all day, which one would you rather do for the same amount of pay?
Depending on what I'm sitting at the desk doing. What am I doing at this desk? Is it just like admin work? Is it like
Is
answering
is is
phones?
It's basically just work. Like work is definitely subjective depending on what your job is. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying, if I
Me
was to,
personally, I'm scrubbing the floors because
you would
even with
want.
my job, I don't like sitting at my desk all day.
We're not
So,
talking about your job. We're just
but
talking
I'm saying
about
we do both. We do both at my job because remember I go out and do water samples and all that, driving around all day
Oh,
doing water samples and stuff
okay.
like
Yeah,
that.
you do a lot of that.
Yeah. So when
Okay,
I
so
get
basically, no
yeah,
job. We're not talking about your job per se. I'm talking about this
mhm,
is a random job that's paying the amount of that's paying shit. However fucking million Shay Alexander getting. All that I'm basically trying to imply to you, bro, is that that's his job, and as a person, like a lot of people would prefer to have the easy to execute their job. They want to do it as easy as possible.
I mean I
So
get it, and that's why I said like I get what he's doing. it's just not a preference of mine. Like I said, like I judge him on it, but he's doing what he needs to do to help his team win at the end of the day. I just don't like it, but it's equaling up to W's. So who am I? I never couldn't sniff the NBA from where I played. So, you know, and I do know the game is innovating, it's growing, it's changing. I just feel like they focus a lot more on offense now because that's where the money's at. And I just feel like I'm a defensive player. I've never been, I can get a bucket, but I've never been a bucket. I just loved playing defense. And I feel like we've strayed away from letting the player actually be able to play defense without everything being called a foul. So that's the only aspect. That's where I'm coming from. Because like I said, I just loved playing defense, and that's I just feel like they've strayed so far away from letting the players be able to play defense other than getting a fucking block and lane steals. You really can't pick pockets really that much without it being labeled a foul. Hell, like everything a blocking foul. Shit, we see it on 2K. Everything a fucking
Facts.
So I guess that's just where I'm coming. I'm coming from a player that likes to play defense, and I see that it seems like every year something gets taken away that a defensive player can't do because they want to see the game be sped, and they've admitted it. They want to speed up the game, and it's gone so far away. I used to like watching, like, when the scores are low. I like that because that means, well, it means one of two things. Both teams are ass.
Yeah. It's like
or
someone's
both
ass.
teams or both teams are just playing such great defense that it makes it harder to score a bucket. And I feel like, and I guess that's why they don't like it. They don't like the tough defense where if the teams are barely scoring, a lot of people aren't going to watch that. So, like I said, I see both sides. But it was like a therapy session. You just walked me through it. It made me realize why I don't like it. And it's because I am a defensive minded player when I do play basketball. So, and I hate you offensive, you bucket scoring get niggas. So
yeah, dog. And that's where I'm coming from. That's where I'm coming from, dog. Come on,
yeah, I know you coming from the offensive mindset. So
yes, bro. Like you got to. My whole thing is because I hate this. I love Shea so much because I feel like that this is what could have happened with James Harden, bro. I just feel like the only difference between the two is that Shea is actually winning and he is producing money for the NBA. That's why they letting that shit ride. But realistically speaking, bro, James Harden was just doing this shit a couple of years ago. Well, now it ain't been a couple, it's been damn near 10 by now.
Yeah,
when was he? When was he in Houston?
Like 20. Damn. It's damn near been 16 years. I think he left like 2018.
Damn. So
2017, 2018. Yeah. So.
Almost, it's been almost 10 years ago, and they hindered him from being the third best shooting guard to ever play in the NBA. I will say that.
Yeah.
So I just
they let him get away with it for a minute though. So
they let him get away with it for a minute, but once they started seeing the nigga was averaging 50 in the playoffs, motherfuckers was like, hold on, you know what I'm saying? Whoa there.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like. Like, you can't be upset with a player that's knowing how to master his craft, because we not finna sit up here and act like that Shea and James Harden were just oh, we're getting fouled, we're shooting free throws. Like, yes, a lot of them were some bullshit ass calls, but a lot more of them was and ones on the nigga ass.
That is a fact.
So it's like you gotta have some type of skill set to do that. Like, it takes skill to be able to score through contact. I don't give a damn if a motherfucker hit your wrist. I don't give a damn if he slap your elbow, he grab you, body slam you. Regardless of what happens to you when you're in the act of shooting, it takes some type of concentration and skill to get
knock
that
that
ball
down.
through the hoop. Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
and I agree, because I mean,
and then
I
on
get
top
how
of
when
that,
I miraculously do it. So
it takes even more skill to try to manipulate a foul call and still hit it. Because it's been plenty of time where they do the sweep through.
yeah, I hate that shit. But
And still shoot.
and still
Bro,
shoot it with your
that's a
arm held
hard
up.
ass
Yeah,
shot
that's
to
hard
hit.
because you're
That's a
not doing
hard
your
ass.
full motion. So like
You're not doing your full motion. You got to fight through another man's strength. Like, come on, bro. That takes a lot of skill to do.
No,
So
yeah,
that's why I just be like, hold on, bro, when we talk about all these free throws, because like I said, it's not my fault. It's not my fault at all if that man or that woman blew the whistle when I did this. That's not my fault. You can't hinder me as a player for that at all. Like, the refs are ass, that ref blind, that ref bidding. Like, you just gotta, it is what it is. So shout out to Shay, shout out to James Harden. And oh yeah, another crazy fact that James Harden got that a lot of people don't even know, bro. He has been in the off season every season in his career.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That is crazy.
That is crazy.
Even as a rookie, you was in the postseason. So I'm just saying, man, come on, man. Put some respect on the folks' name,
Hey,
man.
man. I feel like we're gonna do this one music topic. I feel like we should cut the Rick Ross one and Jeezy one for another episode. One, just because I haven't done my research yet on it, and we done been talking for an hour and 37 minutes.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, let's do our research for that one. But we will talk about this next topic. When it comes to music, so Drizzy Drake Rogers, aka Champagne Poppy, is set to drop his much anticipated album Iceman on the 15th of this month. Maul, what do you expect from this album, and how high is your anticipation for this album?
Whew. Well, one, I'm expecting Future to be on it. That is one. I feel like ultimately, as a whole, the game been missing Drake. Whether you like him or you don't like him. Statistics show it. Billboard show it. Like, I think I seen something that said a rap song hasn't been on the Billboard Top 100 in like the past 15 years. This is the first year that a rap song has not been on the charts. And it says two things to me. One, the world is finally healing from that whole TikTok famous era. You know, like, everybody, we getting past the gimmicks now. Like, now it's time to show some skill. We done, we picked who we like from that era already. Like, we got our rappers that is not that good at rapping that we still fuck with as music connoisseurs. That's fine, that's cool. But it's time to get to some real quality music, and I feel like that we have not had that since J. Cole. And I didn't listen. I still haven't heard the second half of J. Cole. So I don't know if that album is fully good or not.
Yeah,
I haven't heard the full. I haven't heard Kanye's full album yet. So I don't know if that's good quality to me. From the first two songs we listened to, it was kind of a banger.
When
But
that nigga said, catch you at the barbershop and line you up again, I'm like, Kanye.
so yeah, dog, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that once Drake drop, it's gonna be an opening again because people are gonna start gravitating and shit. Hopefully, just start dropping. I seen on Instagram the other day. Offset and Quavo, they settled their differences. They back up in the studio together. Shit, yeah, dog. I'm just ready for Drake to drop. He ain't dropped a song since what 2 years now or a year.
No, that ain't been that long. We just reviewed What
A
Did I Miss?
song. What Did I Miss came out a year ago, bro.
Hold on.
What is you saying? What Did I Miss came out like right in the beginning of the beef shit. This is an old single.
What Am I Miss came out, okay, July 2025. Hold on,
That's a year. That's damn near a year.
Okay, I gotta give you that. Okay, and then I see.
Unless you
Which
count,
one?
yeah, we can count features. I mean, he came out with that little song with the Gordy dude.
That's
What's his name? Gordy,
Sideways
or
Gordo. That came out in
Sideways
2024.
2024.
Yeah.
Damn. So yeah, like we haven't really
so
had.
it has been It has been about a year, and then that song Doghouse came out. Well, Doghouse came out September. That song that he got with Yeet came out September 2025.
Get the fuck out of here! I thought you were really about to say somebody, but yeah,
it's his song. It's Drake's song.
You sure, or is that Yeet song?
Yeah, that's the song that he got with Yeet that he featured on his pot. That little that initial rollout that he was doing on that YouTube.
Okay,
shit
dog.
that he was
I
doing.
never heard that song. I
Yeah,
never heard that.
It wasn't. It was the beat fire, but it wasn't really. It ain't really do much.
Yeah, and then the fucking the sexy song for you that dropped in February of 2025.
That came up. Yeah, that came out February. So
I
I guess I didn't look at the timetable. So, but for me, I'm anticipating the album. I know a lot of people act like you can't like both artists. But I don't give a fuck what people got to say. Like, you can like both artists, like, and enjoy both of their music. Now, am I more of a Kendrick fan? Yes, but that's only because of the type of rap that I like listening to. But I've been listening to Drake since Room for Improvement. A lot of you new niggas that's listening to Drake. Exactly. A lot of you new niggas listening to Drake didn't listen to Drake until not even Nothing Was the Same. A lot of y'all was listening to him since fucking Views, probably. Y'all probably Views and up. So I've been listening to Drake since the mixtapes. So before folks even knew who the fuck he was. So I'm anticipating a lot. I do expect a couple songs. I just don't want the whole album to be about the beef. Maybe of course I expect him to take shots. Even though I think it would be kind of corny to take shots because you got a whole not civil suit, you got a whole case going on about people saying things about you. So I do expect a couple tracks to talk about, like at least 2 tracks to talk where he refers to the beef. But I just want a Drake album. I feel like the last couple albums have been him outside of his identity or what made us like Drake or fall in love with Drake's music. And I expect the tough talk, even though I don't like the tough talk because that's not where he does it well, but it ain't him. I just want you to talk about money the way Rick Ross talk about money that make me feel poor as hell. Like the way he talk about money or what he buys with his money and shit like that. Like he's real good at flipping money type bars, like the braggadocious, you a peon peasant ass nigga type type raps. So I expect that. So I expect this one to be straight rapping. Of course, you know he might have a couple for the ladies, one or two for the ladies. But I feel like this album is going to be what I expected for all the dogs to be based off of that title. I don't want a dope ass title like for all the dogs were, and it's all this soft ass shit. So Iceman, I'm expecting a lot of rapping on it. So we'll see. And we'll see. And I don't agree with a lot of people saying this is a make or break album for Drake. It's still Drake, bro. Like,
there's some shit. Drake surpasses that type of
yeah, that type of. There's nothing that unless something comes out crazy about him, there's nothing. It's still Drake, bro. Like, first week number is gonna be crazy per usual.
And I think, my bad. I feel like that it's gonna be I think that it's gonna be one of the best albums that he has released simply because shit, when you really think about it, this is really the longest time span that he has had in between projects in a very long time.
Yeah.
So he's taking a little bit more time to conduct some shit. I think it's gonna be a banger. And I honestly think it's gonna be less rap on it than I think he's gonna try to make another TikTok banger. I think he's gonna try to make another Hotline Bling-ish type
As long
song.
as there
Like
ain't no Tootsie Slides type shit. Like,
hell no. We ain't talking about that. I like Hotline Bling. Hotline Bling was a little bit more catchier than the Tootsie Slide shit. So I think he gonna try to, and then of course he gonna get into his what's that genre?
That house music.
Yeah.
I don't need none of that on this album, bro.
We kind of got I mean like the African Afrobeat
type. Afrobeat type stuff.
Yeah, something like that. I think he gonna give
us
that
I can do because he do the Afrobeat.
Yeah, stuff like that. I feel like that's gonna be incorporated because shit, he done had almost two. When was his last album? Because I don't like to consider the Party Next Door song an album from him.
He had that house album that came out. No, Her Loss.
No, For All the Dogs.
For All the Dogs, 2023.
All the Dogs. Yeah, 2023. So shit, that's almost a good. Wait, let me check the fine date.
And this is the Scary Hours edition, so this is not even the original one.
Yeah, this is not even the original one. And this one was October 6th. October 6th, 2023.
Yep, October 6th. Yep.
So you going on almost 3 years without a solid
solo
project.
album.
So I think it's gonna be a banger for real.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I haven't been too satisfied with Drake's last couple albums. Me personally, and like I said, I talked to a lot of the younger kids, like the younger people that I work with. I haven't been satisfied with a Drake album since Views. And that came out 2016, 2016. More Life I really don't consider an album because he said it himself. That's more like a playlist, even though there are some songs on there that I do like. Scorpion was hit or miss for me. I'm told I'm a hater for not really liking Certified Lover Boy. And then of course, Honestly Nevermind, I listened to once, not my cup of tea. And then Her Loss, and then For All the Dogs. So an album that I always revisit from Views back when it comes to Drake's music. Of course, like I said, there's not a year that passed that Drake didn't drop, or that Drake dropped a song that I did not like off of any of those albums. There are songs on those albums I do like. I just don't think they are as good as those albums from years back. So, but like I said, highly anticipating in this. I'm ready to press play on it to see what he has to say. So, let us know what you guys think, or what you guys expect to get from this album. Are you highly anticipating it, or are you good on it? You know, there are a lot of people that are like, I get to it when I get to it, or I'll listen to it just to see what he got to say. And that's what's gonna draw, and honestly, that's what's gonna draw a lot of the listens too, because it's been a long time since Drake has said anything, and he really hasn't. And other than What Did I Miss and some of the other songs that he had dropped here and there during his when he was dropping those episodes on YouTube where he was previewing some of the songs, there were a couple shots and stuff in there, but he really hasn't said much about the beef since. So we shall see. But now let's get to one of our favorite parts. Like I said, we're gonna do the Rick Ross versus Jeezy thing on the next episode for you guys. Just give us some time to gather our thoughts and come up with the actual concept that we want to do. But for my favorite part, put you on game. So last time that we were here, Maul had given me Angel Eyes by Kenny Mason and Acquittal by Moneybagg Yo featuring NBA Youngboy. And I had given Maul Race Against Time by Ja
Race
Rule.
Against Time and
Down and Out by Big
Down
Crit.
and Out by Big Crit.
Yep. All right. So Maul, you want to go first about?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Yeah.
First of all, don't ever have me listen to nothing about no goddamn Ja Rule.
That shit hard, bro.
I do not like this nigga, bro. I do not. I just can't fuck with him, bro. Like, it's just some people in this world. You see why they had the talent, why they made the talent, but shit, I don't know. I've never been a Ja Rule guy. Never ever. Even when I'm talking about when he was smoking hot
everywhere.
I never liked Ja Rule, bro. It was his boys. The
Gravely boys.
Yeah, like you've been smoking too long or something. I never liked this shit, bro. I never liked that shit. But that Big Crit song was bumping. I never heard it before. I'm not the biggest Big Crit fan, but if he spits something and is fire, I'll give acknowledge to it. He got a couple of my favorite song by him is damn, what's the name of this song? It's a song with him and Pimp C. What's the name of that damn song?
Not Hydro. Is it Hydroplaning?
No, it's not Hydroplaning.
Hold on.
It's
I forgot the name of that one.
Is it Country?
Oh, wait, hold on. I think I know it. Country Folks or something like that. Hold on. Big Crit. Pimp C. Ride With Me. With Bun B and Pimp C. I can't hear you.
I ain't know I muted the mic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that, and I like that. He got a song with Ludacris too that I like. What's the name of that album? But that's my all-time favorite Big Crit song.
Oh shit! My fucking laptop is at fucking 3%. How, Sway?
Country shit.
Country. Let me tell you about this. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that too by Big Crit. But yeah, that's a dope song. Added it on the playlist. Gonna keep it on the playlist. I like that.
Okay.
So what about yourself?
Give me 1 second. My shit tweaking.
Damn,
All right, had
you
to
just
switch cameras.
changed your whole.
Had
You
to
done
switch
zoomed
because
out, man.
had to
Damn.
switch. My laptop was not charging. It's at
So what
3%.
camera is this you using? This your
This is
laptop camera?
no, it's still my phone camera. I don't know how it's still hooked up, but I just unhooked my laptop, my phone from it, and it's still.
But how did you get the zoom? Like you zoomed out.
I have no idea. I just unplugged it.
All right, that's cool. Well, you might
But
want to
yeah,
close your door. I see, like you can see into your house from here.
they'd be all right.
I ain't say that. I just didn't want Jordan to walk by, you know.
Oh no, she cooking right
Okay.
now, so she be
Oh,
straight.
all right, good.
So Angel Eyes, fire. I have been putting off
Yeah.
listening to Kenny Mason, but I have heard of him. I just ain't never listened. I think I heard a snippet of something by him, and I told myself I'm gonna go back and listen to him. So I
Mhm.
appreciate you actually giving me something to listen to,
Yeah,
because
Kenny
that
Mason,
Angel
bro.
Eyes was fire. So I saved that album so I can listen to it later. But that was a dope ass song. And of course, Atlanta artist, so he doesn't fit the mold of normal Atlanta artists.
Mhm.
He gives more like an introspective type JID kind of artist when he's
Yep.
rapping. So I
That's
did
why
like that. So Acquittal, I fuck with Moneybagg Yo. This is probably the most clear that I've heard NBA Youngboy, so I will give him that. It didn't sound like he was off off laughing gas the whole goddamn song.
And that's the only thing I wanted you to listen to, bro. That's all I wanted. I
And
wasn't
so
expecting it. Go ahead.
that is probably one of his better verses that I've heard from him. But it was it was a decent song, and I fuck with Moneybagg. So I did like it. So did I add it? No, but it was still a decent pick and a good song. So shout out to Moneybagg. NBA Youngboy, you all right. But
That's what I was just trying to say. I know it's a lot of stereotypes when it comes down to NBA Youngboy, but all I
yeah,
wanted to show was there was a point in time where he had potential.
where he said
You know,
words
yeah, when he said clear words and you could hear his voice, he
and
wasn't
he
screaming.
enunciated. Yeah,
Yes, he wasn't sliding on shit. He wasn't shooting and killing every fucking word. He was actually rapping at one point.
yeah. So now here comes the fun part where we each give each other 2 new songs to listen to so that we can comment on the next episode that we promise won't take another 4 months for us to put out.
Shit, we might put that out in another week. Drake dropping.
This is a stone cold motherfucking fact. So, for your 2 new songs, Maul, I have for you today is the first one is off of Wale's newest album, Everything Is a Lot, and it is called Power and Problems.
I never did listen to that album.
It honestly, it's refreshing. So it's a real good album. So second song I have for you, and actually I just heard it and it's been on repeat for like the last couple days for me, is a song called Hop Out Cho Feelings. Cho is CHO.
I understood it, bro.
Yeah. Just making sure. Hop Out Your Feelings by Cal Banks, Shmino featuring Buddy.
Shmino, spell
Yeah.
that. Fuck Cho.
SMINO.
SMINO.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I was expecting the CH. But And Hop Out Your Feelings, Smino featuring who? Buddy?
It's Cal Banks featuring Smino and Buddy.
Oh, okay.
And it's KAL, and then Banks is BANX.
Okay, big.
All right. What you got for me, brother?
What I have for you that I would like you to listen to. It's coming. The first song is coming from my boy Starlito.
Oh, you
Man,
know we love Starlito.
Starlito been on the telly last couple of months, boy.
I have heard
Man,
that. I haven't heard anything, but I have seen he been outside for the last couple of months.
man, he been sliding on shit for real. So
Okay,
this song
okay.
is called "Ain't Going." Is on his album "The Country You Know." Now he did a 2-part to that. He did a "Not the Country You Know" Unhappy Hour, and he did a "Not Country You Know" Last Call. So I don't want you to get it mixed up. This is on the Unhappy Hour one.
Unhappy Hour. Okay.
Yeah. It's called "Ain't Going."
Okay. All right.
And the second song I want you to listen to
You about to
is
be on
off
some
of
shit.
Join. Huh?
Oh, okay. Join it.
No,
Okay, you about to say
no.
join it.
This a common nigga. We I ain't gonna
Okay.
throw you in the trenches this time.
All right. You about to say Jordan Lucas. Okay. And I still haven't
Jordan
listened to
Lucas.
his new album. So
Yeah, it's off the ADHD 2.
yeah.
Active featuring Big Sean. You gonna hear that song, you gonna be ready to review that album. I ain't lying.
All right. All right, cool. So Starlito Ain't Going on the Unhappy Hour. And then Active featuring Big Sean by Jordan Lucas off
Yep.
ADHD 2. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So, like I said, next episode, we're going to make sure that we review those 4 tracks, come back to you guys and tell you guys what we felt about those 4 tracks.
We
But
will also add these songs to our Apple playlist. If you guys don't know, we have a playlist on every single Put You On Game track that we suggest towards each other, just so that you guys can check them out as well. If you would like to, we have the link to that playlist in the description section below.
Yep. Well, I think that concludes episode 9.
Episode 9.
So you guys make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure to hit that. Well, I already guess I said subscribe. Hit that subscribe button for you guys. We will attempt to be a little more consistent with you guys. So if y'all have anything for us that you would like us to listen to, make sure to add that in the comment section as well. Anything y'all want us to react to, same, put that in the comment section and we'll make sure that we get to it. With that,
And lastly,
never mind. Go ahead.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in, for being patient with us throughout our inconsistencies. But we are definitely going to get the ball rolling because we're going to take a new initiative when it comes down to getting you guys content. We're basically just going to give you full raw content, no editing. We might edit here and there, but just to help us maintain our consistency, we're going to just give you guys raw footage of our podcast just so that you guys can catch all the laughs, the giggles, the dog barking. Like, we're just gonna give you guys all that because hell, we human beings too. We all go through it. We all have it. It's no point in trying to cut down everything to make everything seem perfect because shit, truth be told, if we edit it, it's still not gonna be perfect. So we might as well just get it to you how we can. So we're definitely gonna do that. And lastly, we are 4 subscribers away from that big 100 mark. It's been a very long time coming, and we need to build off of that. So in order to do so, we're going to need you guys to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button as well. It's free. It's no charge. We won't charge you at all. And man, if you guys have stuck with us this far, man, thank you guys so much for watching. This is the Two Tall Talks podcast with Trey and Jay. That's Trey. I'm Jay. And man, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We out.
Peace.
Peace.